here we are on an extremely chilly fall afternoon. Or morning, I don't think it's afternoon yet, but it's still chilly. Leaves are changing colors and falling nicely all over the car. I guess you could call this a part 2 to my Cavalcade of crappy laptops video, which people keep pining for, even though I keep saying, don't hold your breath, don't expect updates on any of them, but here's more. There's 6 more laptops sitting right here. They're not Vista era. I did not pay anything for these. These were free. These were going to be destroyed, recycled, whatever. And, you know, I figured that the best recycling is reuse. So I grabbed all 6 of them, mainly so I could make this video. They're in varying states of disrepair. Now, this IBM ThinkPad, this is called a Tease Kids. I'm going to save this one for the end, because I actually have to go find a power supply for it. I thought I had one out here and I don't. Or maybe I do and there's just too much crap out here, I don't know. But I don't think I do. They're all either Dells or HPs. And some of these are kind of neat, actually, in that they are tablet PCs. So we'll start with the first one, which happens to be one of these. In fact, I think the first 2 will be. This is an HP. Let's see if it says it somewhere. I know it does. Well, I thought it did. Am I wrong? Or am I just looking in the wrong place? Ah, yes, there we go. HP Compact TC4400 with a 3-year warranty. Ooh, fancy. That looks like a Windows XP product key, but I'm not 100% sure. And like I said, I don't know the functional condition of any of these. I've never powered them on. I don't believe this is an active digitizer. So you can't, like, it doesn't have touch capability or anything like that, but... So, let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it does anything. Oh, look, I was looking in the wrong place. It's right there. TC4400. I can't believe I missed that. Okay, now it's probably some kind of a cardinal sin to be using a Dell power supply with an HP laptop. And so far it has not reacted at all to being plugged in. Yeah, she don't work. So, I don't know what's up with that. Completely dead. Well, maybe I'll find a different power adapter and see if I can make it play ball. Well, this one did react. I got a blue light for a second. This is the second of the 2 tablets. This is actually a Latitude XT. I don't know anything else about it because somebody ripped all the stickers off the bottom. Let's see if it powers up. Hey, that's promising. Haha, look at that. RTC mode fixed. Yeah, I don't really care. It is 09. More than makes up for the other one. What does this have in it? Core 2 Duo, 1.33 gigahertz, so probably not great, but not terrible either. 3 gigs of RAM for some reason. Of course, it's got video memory that it needs. 80 gigabyte hard drive. Will be interesting to see if that 80 gigabyte hard drive is IDE or SATA. I'm willing to bet that it's IDE though. Radeon Express 1250 graphics, so I don't know why it's using system memory for video, but that's okay. Battery info. Ooh, battery not installed. The system cannot communicate with this battery. Nice, so it's completely hosed. Of course, the date and time is wrong. So, will it boot into anything? Good question. Let's find out. Even if it does, the next thing this is going to see is a D-band boot disk. Oh, looks like Windows 7. Now I might have to stop the video depending upon what this does next, because this was used for a research project. And it might actually be a confidential research project given the building these actually came out of. Windows 7 Professional. It's not Enterprise, which is interesting. This also, I don't think, has a pen. I believe that this actually has an active digitizer. Because, like I said, I didn't see a pen. I don't even see a space for a pen on this. Okay, does the touchscreen actually even work? Nope. No touchscreen, folks. Oh, somebody turned on pointer trails for some reason. I'm sure Skype is about to automatically launch or something equally as annoying. Does that button even work? Huh. Found a new version of Malware Hunter. No, please don't. I don't think those buttons actually work. Oh, they're backwards. Oh my god. Seriously? Who cares? Shut up. I don't know why the buttons are backwards. Oh my god. Yeah, there's stuff on here. Holy sh... Okay, so after clearing all that garbage out of here, there are no unknown devices on this. Here's your digitizer. There's your CPU and RAM. And here's the Windows Experience Index scores on this thing. So, all in all, not terrible. Although there's something definitely wrong because this keyboard, the eraser head doesn't actually work, but yet the keyboard itself is functional, so I don't know what's up with that. Unless it's selectable, you could turn that off, which it might be. Has potential, but it's going to take a little bit of work in order to get this thing wrangled back into some semblance of decent. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, we're coming back to the HP tablet because guess what, friends? The HP power supply, there is an acknowledgement of life. Look at that. So let's try it. F10 for setup. Ooh, it's the old style setup utility. Core 2 T5600. Core 2 Duo. 1.83 gigahertz. 2.5 gigs of RAM. It's almost an odd amount of memory in here. It's got a TPM apparently. I want to see what the hard drive is. Oh, I'm not waiting for that. It doesn't tell me what kind of hard drive is in it. Where it changes an exit, and we'll see what the system does next. Press F11 for emergency recovery. Probably Windows XP, yep. Again, I might have stopped the video depending upon what this does next. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a HP laptop not at least boot up with the Dell power supply. It's the same power supply, same output voltage, same pinout, so I don't know what's going on with that. Normally it's the Dells that have a problem with it. Ooh, blue LED. Fancy. Well, the first user account I tried had no password. So let's see here. Does the touchscreen work? It does. Look at that. Look at how accurate that is. This looks like the factory installation. Pretty fair amount of data on it. Pretty standard stuff here. Windows XP Tablet PC Edition. I may try and clean it up. Clean up this install because it's definitely got some junk on it. Like Advanced System Care, Protector, whatever. I probably just tried to open it, which, that's wonderful. Not what I asked for at all. Ooh, it's the beta version. Fancy. Alright. But yeah, probably worth doing something with. But for now, let's just move on to the next machine. I'm not sure why that's there unless this was used primarily in tablet mode, which it probably was. I can't envision somebody buying one of these and then not using it as a tablet most of the time, because they're pretty junky otherwise. Or so I've heard anyway. Some of them are decent. That Dell is probably better than the HP by a mile, but... Speaking of Dells, here's another one. E6230. All of these are in dire need of being cleaned. Let me see, can I plug this in? I think it just turned itself on. It certainly did something. Alright. Yeah, it's doing something. Oh, hard drive is bad. Can I get into setup at least? Yeah, that doesn't sound very good. So I'm sure it'll complain about it here in a second. I'm sure that's custom. Ooh. System internal hard drive is protected by a password. Well, the hard drive doesn't even work anyway. Told it I wanted to go into setup. I guess it just completely ignored me. Might have to remove that drive before it can go any further. Okay, well, maybe not. Let's see if setup is protected by a password. It's not. Revision A09. Holy crap. 16 gigs of RAM, DDR3. Well, it's newer than I thought. It's an i5 3380M. Hot damn. Not doing too badly. Maybe I shouldn't have called this a junky laptop, because it's really not. Now that was a 320 gigabyte hard drive, but it's basically done. I'm going to have to find some kind of sacrificial drive to put in here. Probably one of those 750 gigs. Because I got plenty of those. Battery needs to be replaced. Well, that's no surprise there. What kind of video does this have? Does this tell me? I know the older Dell setup utilities did. No, it's just the Intel. 1366 by 768 on the display resolution. Which is not great, but not terrible for the time period, I suppose. Let's see what's in the system log. Ooh. Warmer than expected. I wonder if the cooling's got a problem on this. Lots of battery warnings, invalid configuration information, whatever. This probably hasn't been used in a year, which I imagine is when the hard drive failed. So, let's see if I can find a sacrificial drive. I'm hoping that this thing does not put a password. Internal HDD 0 password is not set, but yet it just asked me for a password. Well, that's interesting. I think I'll just set this one aside and move on for now. Oh, I told it to turn off and it turned itself on again. What a piece of junk. But anyway, this is another Dell, Latitude E6500. And as you can see, it seems to work as well. No clunking hard drive. Going to setup here. Take a quick peek. This one's not quite as good. Look at that BIOS revision level. Holy crap. 4 gigs of RAM, DDR2. The Core 2 Duo P8600. So this would be roughly equivalent to my well, not quite my T500, because that's got a P8400 in it. At least I think. I don't think I upgraded the CPU in it. But 80 gig hard drive. There's a lot of these with 80 gig hard drives in them. Again, I wonder if that's IDE or SATA. I suspect it's probably SATA. At least on something this new. GM45 graphics, 1920 by 1200 on a 15-inch display, so that's going to look like garbage. I wonder if this is one of those ones that originally shipped with a much older BIOS. Oh god. Somebody put Windows 10 on this? Yeah, this one almost certainly would have research on it. I can't show any of that, so point the camera away from it while I wait for it to load. I got a desktop background. What happened to that? It's not quite supposed to look like that. For 1920 by 1200, this doesn't look terrible, but still. Battery is definitely not any good. And I complained about the real-time clock when I turned it on anyway. Wow, look at this mouse. Look at how low DPI that is. That's awful. At least that button works. There's a little disk I/O bound, you can probably tell there. Yeah, not a Windows 10 machine, that's for darn sure. Can't even scroll. Wow. 1909. So yeah, pretty outdated at this point. So, again, probably a decent little laptop. Needs a little bit of help in order to get running again, i.e. not running Windows 10, because Windows 10 is straight up trash. And then I've got one more before the pièce de résistance, that is the IBM ThinkPad that you saw earlier. Here's another HP Compact NW9440. Oh god. NVIDIA graphics. Yeah, so this probably doesn't work. Let's grab the power supply, plug it in. For some reason it turns itself right on. I don't really understand why. It's an HP, so we hit F10 to get into setup if it works. Well, it's not completely dead. Look at that. What the heck is going on? Oh, there's a CD in the drive. Let's take that out. Knoppix. Wow, the backlight on this is terrible. And it's only got 1 gig of RAM. T7200. Oof. Oofa. Looks like a pile of junk. Well, let's see what it boots into. It's designed for Windows XP. So we'll see if it actually gets that. I'm not sure how they can get away with calling it a Centrino when it's got NVIDIA graphics. I thought that Centrino implied that you had to have the trifecta. Intel CPU, Intel video, Intel wireless, but I guess not. And I don't think this is going to go any further. So, I guess this one is going to need more help, because the whatever was on the drive is junk. So, I don't know, it was certified for Vista Business, but I don't think I'm going to go through the torture of installing Windows Vista on this. So, I don't know, maybe I could get Peppermint Linux to work on this. Or something similar. So. Alright. Now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Yep, as mentioned, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the oldest laptop of the bunch by a fairly long shot. It is a T21. The back cover is degrading intensely. That's really bad. I haven't seen one this bad, I think, probably ever. So I don't know what that bodes as far as the functional status of the machine, but that's what this video is for, right? Let's see if we can plug it in. Does it turn on immediately? Nope. Well, the battery's toast, but that's no real big surprise. I'm just going to try and charge it. Ooh. Oh my gosh. It actually works. I don't know what that button means. Well, Is it going to do anything else? Oh, there we go. It was testing the memory. Resource conflict. Interesting. Pentium 3 with speed step, 800 megahertz, 384 megabytes of RAM. Yeah, it's definitely upset about something. I don't know what. What's in the Ultra Bay? So, looks like a fairly standard. That hard drive is present. Looks like a 20 gigabyte. Control-Alt-Delete on it. Let's see if it actually manages to start. Or, it's going to want me to set the date. Well, it sounds like there's something in that optical drive. But there's not. Maybe there's something wrong with the optical drive. I know on these, or at least some of these, there's a way to see... Yeah, there we go. Counting up all the memory there. Okay, well, I don't know what that was all about. License for Windows 2000. Oh, Jesus, somebody put Windows 7 on this. Oh, that's not going to work very well. That might not even work at all. Why would you torture yourself? Oh, man. Yeah, that might not go any further. I don't know what that green light means. Oh, it's doing something. I'm going to stop the video depending upon what this does. I can't believe somebody put Windows 7 on this with 384 megabytes of RAM. This doesn't meet the minimum specifications for it at all. 800 megahertz CPU. Yeah, I think you need 1 gigahertz and 1 gigabyte. I think that was the minimum for Windows 7. Like I said, it meets neither of them, and obviously the video driver is not installed. Well, whoever did that wasn't thinking. Oh my gosh, so that was us, Windows 7 Enterprise. ThinkPad. Yeah, I don't know what that password is. I'm sure that's not the password. It was. Okay. Or at least it's closer to the password. I can't believe that. Who would put Windows 7 on something like this? That's just torturous. You know what? It's actually not running nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Well, it's got Service Pack 1 on it. System rating not available. I wonder if I actually could rate it at all. I think I might. Do we dare try it? I think we should. Let's see what happens. Oops. Activate Windows now. Don't think I'll do that. But yeah, give it a little bit of credit, I guess. It made it through the rating process. Predictably, basically everything gets a 1.0. I'm surprised that RAM gets a 1.5, given it's not anywhere close to the minimum 1 gigabyte specification. And the hard drive gets a 3.4. So for once, the hard drive is the fastest part of the computer. Oh man. But yeah, this thing probably doesn't have any drivers loaded for anything. Look at all those unknown devices. I'm surprised the Ethernet doesn't have a driver though. Standard VGA. I would have expected the Ethernet because that is, ooh. Now Windows is not genuine. Oh noes. Whatever are we going to do about that? But, I'm pretty sure that the Ethernet is Intel, so I'm pretty sure I'm a little surprised to see that that doesn't actually have any drivers installed, but well, what a surprise. No antivirus or anything like that. It was probably, somebody probably put Windows 7 on here as an evaluation, and well, that had a train dropped on it pretty quickly, so either way, there's your 6 laptops, culminating with a ThinkPad that some brave soul put Windows 7 on. So I had some projects to work on. I think the only one that really had a problem was that E6320 there with the failed hard drive. So I guess that's not bad. 5 out of 6. Perfectly functional. Obviously they'll have their disks erased and they'll do something else in their life, but for now though, I think we're pretty much good. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do about the back of this, because I'm going to have to do something about the fact that this is as sticky as it is. I think baby powder is what people usually do to these kinds of things, but at least I know the laptop works.